everyone. Welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So this week we have my son Ian, my son Nathan with us, and we were gifted some tobacco from a guy that we know in our North Texas Pipe Club. His name is David Quisenberry, and he wanted us to do a review on this particular tobacco. So we're going to jump in on this one. This is Gawith and Hoggarth's Ennerdale Flake. Now, it's made by Gawith and Hoggarth. It's made in the United Kingdom. It is a Virginia-based tobacco. It's got a little bit of burley in it, but predominantly Virginia's. It has a lot of flavorings in it. It has almond. It has floral essence. It has kind of a citrus fruity topping. It also has some rum and some vanilla in it as well. It comes in flake form. It comes in 50-gram tins. You can also get this in bulk. And you can get it pretty much wherever you can find Gawith and Hoggarth products. That's the big deal, is being able to find it, because it's not always available. But I really appreciate David giving this to us so that we could give it a shot on the show. The strength on this one is medium. The flavoring is medium to strong. The taste is medium to full, and we will jump right in and see what we can tell you about this one. All right, guys. So let's talk about the tin note first. What are your thoughts about this tin note on this one?
Grandma's bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, that's what David called it. He says it's got the essence, the smell of Grandma's bathroom, and I think he's referring to. You remember? I don't know if you remember, but your grandma's house had the little soaps in the bathroom that were shaping flowers, roses, and it's kind of smelled
like a potpourri kind of a thing.
Yeah, kind of a soapy potpourri a little bit. Yeah. What else do you get out of this?
It's floral, and I kind of get the nuttiness a little bit on the tin note, more on the taste, but I mean, it's more floral than anything to me.
Yeah. That tin note, very, very, very topical type of smell. Almost, to me, a very potpourri-ish, medicinal smell. And as we get into the taste, I'm going to get more into that. It's kind of funny that it's called Grandma's bathroom, like a soapy almost scent, because we're going to get, to me, when it comes to the taste and everything else we're going to talk about, I've got some things I want to hit on the soapy nature of this.
Well, it's a Lakeland blend.
Yeah.
So it's got that essence that I guess it's a rose water.
And that's exactly what it is. Gawith and Hoggarth and Samuel Gawith use a rose water on almost every one of their products.
Yeah, and it kind of leads it to kind of give it a soapy smell and a soapy taste a little bit. But I got a tropical fruit smell in here. I get a little bit of the almond. I get a little bit of the nuttiness from the burley. Very little. I mean, the Lakeland essence in this is obvious. You can smell
very
it.
present. And I've never been...
Grandma's bathroom. It cracks me up every time I think about that. Yeah, and David's dead set. I mean, he's like, Grandma's bathroom.
Yeah.
I think he brings it up every time we're there, too.
Well,
it's hilarious.
It's just that Lakeland smell and that Lakeland taste of the way they do it to their tobaccos. Do they only do it to their Virginias? Because I know, and it's a little bit of history. The Gawith and Hoggarth also used to make a plug chew, and that's where they started with the rosewater thing. Was they made a plug chew because they had chewing tobacco. That's how they started.
Well, but think about it. If they do it just to their Virginias, even in English blends, there's Virginias that are used. So their Englishes might even have a little bit of that essence in it.
It's part of their it's part of their staple, in my opinion. And some people don't like it because of that.
Bob's Chocolate
has
that a little bit in it.
Same with their Best Brown Flake.
Yeah,
they have that too.
Some people love it, some people hate it. I don't think I've ever met anyone that's right in the middle of the road.
Me neither. Nope, me neither.
It's like, it's okay. It's like they either like it or they don't like it. So. Anything else on the tin note, guys?
I'm kind of stuck on the taste right
now,
honestly.
Let's talk about the taste.
Yeah, me too.
Let's talk about the taste and see what you think.
Because I can't get past that. They add these, and I mean, they add these flavors to it, and it's mostly just that rose water thing. But I taste a tea flavor, and I can't, because sometimes when you drink tea, you smell it as you taste it, and it's a very herbal infused, very strong flavor. And that's what I kind of get from this. Very, very strong flavors on a smoke. Because it's mostly Virginia.
Yeah. I was reading a little bit about this blend, and there were discussions as to whether it tasted like bergamot tea. And so I've never had bergamot tea. I've tried many other different types of teas. I like tea quite a bit. But I have not tried just bergamot tea. So I think I'm going to try that and see if I can compare it. But it's been compared to that tea.
Yeah.
The taste has.
Yeah. I've read an article somewhere too that it was, some people say the best way to enjoy a pipe is with a glass of tea. Not cold tea, but hot tea. But of course, all this guy, when I read the article, all he was smoking was English blends, and they were predominantly Gawith and Hoggarth, Samuel Gawith.
Esoterica. That's all the Germain stuff.
Yeah.
That's all out of England as well.
Well, and I think the best way to really describe this is I absolutely love the Rosewater edition to the taste on all of their tobaccos. It adds a different level of flavor and an element to the smoke that to me always amps it up, and I'm always happy to smoke a Gawith and Hoggarth or a Samuel Gawith blend.
I can see where some people say that it does have a soapy taste. Now, I grew up with the flavor of soap in my mouth quite a bit. And so it's not, it definitely not
But
like
Lifebuoy.
Irish Spring or, yeah. My dad used to give me lava soap, man. So it like scratched your tongue and stuff, But yeah, thanks, Dad. But yeah, it does not have that kind of a soapy taste. It's I don't know. It's
different. Just keep going
it's
through
not
a Christmas story now.
It's not going through the PTSD flashbacks of the soap.
Yeah, I told you not to use Lifebuoy.
But it's there. It's absolutely a very classic English aromatic.
Yes, and
not
that's
English blend, but English the country aromatic.
Yeah, because there's so many weird laws when it comes to how they can make their tobacco and what they can do, and it's whole European country wide the way they make their tobaccos and all their other sin-based amenities like beer and alcohol and things like that. They all have certain laws and regulations on what they can and can't do. I love the way it tastes with that Rosewater edition, and I think they really didn't have to add any other flavors to it, but I get some of that nuttiness. I get some of that, and it's just mild notes of it because they're using a flavoring and then a little bit of burley. And burley itself is already pretty nutty. Yeah. I don't taste much of the burley.
Well, I'm good, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But I'm trying to see if you get some of that fruit flavor, some of the almond flavor, some of the rum flavor, some of the vanilla flavor. Do you get those? Do you taste any of those?
I would say I get some of the citrusy and dark fruit flavors when I'm smoking it, but I can't tell if it's, like, once again, that kind of tea flavor.
Yeah.
Because you get some of those citrusy flavors and some of that, like, orange zest or lemon zest taste from it, and it just all ties in with the, to me, the way Virginias are already naturally citrusy. They're already kind of grassy flavors. And then you get the rosewater added into it, which gives it a very elevated... Yeah, there's like a soapy texture to my mouth when it comes to smoking it, but I really enjoy all these flavors and the way they're blending. It seems exactly like they said. It's like drinking tea, but smoking it instead.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
I get all of the flavors that are added to this, like the almond and the floral essence and the fruit and the vanilla, but I don't really get the rum.
I don't either. I don't get the rum. I get
And
the.
sometimes alcohol toppings can do funky things to tobaccos.
They can make it really hot and really moist and really goopy sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't get that from this at all. You haven't said much.
All I can remember is that first time I tried it. I think it was in November. I tried it in my Savinelli, and I think it was because it was ghosted. Because I realized how little I've used this pipe right here. I looked in the bowl when I cleaned it out. This thing's maybe been smoked 3-4 times. I didn't realize that.
Since then?
No, since I've ever gotten it.
Oh,
total.
I see.
So this one doesn't have any ghosting. I love this. It's ridiculous. I didn't realize, because the first time I tried it, I was like, this is weird. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm liking this now.
Is this blend considered an aromatic from Gawith and Hoggarth, or is it? Because I know how they kind of do it. They don't really make aromatics, but
yeah. Well, on tobacco reviews, it's listed as a Virginia blend.
A
Virginia-based blend.
Okay.
But of course, it's got obvious
flavorings, obvious
to
additives.
it. So I would say it's a Virginia aromatic for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just letting y'all talk because this is like a really enjoyable smoke for me right now.
Good.
I'm just relaxing and enjoying it right now. I didn't realize how much I'd like this.
Cool. All right. Well, do you got anything else to add to the tastes of this?
No, I didn't find the rum too much.
The Virginias are delicious.
Yeah, I got a lot of the floral and the citrus mainly. It's good.
This is why Gawith and Hoggarth is so hard to get, because it's sold out because there's just great quality tobaccos that are being used in the mixture on this.
Do you know, you guys probably already know this, but Laudisi, who owns Smoking Pipes, is now the American distributor for Gawith and Hoggarth.
So they have their stuff on.
Well, it's still
hard to get.
It's still difficult to get, but I mean, I think the distribution of it is going to be more fluid than it has been in the past.
More primary to their home site.
Well, I think it's going to be a little more accessible to the American market.
I hope so.
Yeah,
it's something we need.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go on and talk about the nicotine content. What do you think about the nicotine content on this one?
Medium is kind of fair. A little bit lower than that, I feel like. But at the same time, I haven't eaten yet, so
yeah,
that's probably helping with that. But medium's probably fair, but I think right in between medium and moderate.
I would say this is a good moderate, yeah. Little bit above a mild. It's got some more strength to it, and I think because it's more of a natural tobacco base than anything else we've had, but it's just not all the way up to a medium to me. I have eaten breakfast, so that might be helping.
Yeah, I'm right there with you between moderate and medium. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not real strong, but it's still a decent strength.
Yeah, it's got some oomph.
What do you think about the room note on this one?
Grandma's bathroom. It's every time he says it, it's accurate. I mean, it's all the floral and potpourri smell to me.
To me, it's a lighter version of the tin note, but it's like the tin note.
Yeah,
but it's a lighter version.
Version of it. Yeah.
I've seen as reading on this one, I've seen lots of comments anywhere from pleasant to extremely pleasant. So it's up there.
Yeah,
it's up there with the room notes. Cool. Well, when this was given to us, and it was given to us back in November, that's when we had it with David. The moisture level was slightly moist. And I immediately jarred it when we came home, and it's still
pretty
a little bit moist.
Yeah,
could use a little dry time, but still very smokable straight out of the jar. All right, well, a couple of other things about this blend that I found out, that this is not really Gawith and Hoggarth's strongest Lakeland blend. There are others that are stronger. This might be, if you're wanting to try a Lakeland blend without destroying your palate or whatever it is, if you don't like it, this is a good one because it adds other flavors to that Lakeland essence as well, and so it's kind of a good introductory, I think.
Yeah.
To the Lakeland blends. The Lakeland essence doesn't come out just really, really bold. It's subdued a bit. This will ghost a pipe, and I've been told that it'll also ghost a meerschaum, which is not very often said. So try it out in a cob first.
Yeah.
And see if you like it before you decide to smoke it in a briar.
I went full on briar because I know I enjoy that rosewater taste.
Yeah.
I know I enjoy those Lakeland flavors.
It rubs out fairly easily.
Yeah.
I think if a little drier, it probably would rub out even better.
That's what I was thinking. If it was a little dry, it would rub out better because it does come in a flake, and it's pretty compact flake that they send it in.
It's got a cool, clean, creamy, sweet, consistent flavor all the way through. It's not harsh, burns pretty well, leaves very little moisture at the end of the bowl.
I did have to relight a couple times.
Few relights, yeah.
But I'm not getting any of the spittle or anything like that either. It's really good all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah. The aftertaste, there's a lingering sweet aftertaste to it. To me, this is not an all-day smoke.
No.
But it's a pretty good dessert smoke to me. I've read where if the slower your cadence on this one, the better the flavors come through.
That's rough for me because I smoke like a freight train.
Slowing down is probably the best thing to do. I've got a little, because it's interesting on what types of tobaccos are composed in this blend. And so I wrote down a little bit of stuff that came from Gawith and Hoggarth. It says it's their best-selling flake by a wide margin. It's predominantly Virginia leaf from Brazil, Zimbabwe, and Malawi. 86% of that, of the blend, is comprised of those three leaves. But it also has some sun-cured Malawi, which is 10%, to add to the sweetness. And then they put 4% Malawi burley in it. And that helps kind of carry the flavor in addition to cooling it off just a little bit. And then it also says a background flavor of almond is enhanced with the addition of fruit flavors, vanilla, and a special English type flavors, which give this tobacco its distinctive yet typical English aroma associated with the UK best-selling brands such as Condor, St. Bruno, and Mellow Virginia. So that's a little bit of background on this particular blend. It's interesting to note that this is their best-selling flake that they have, this Ennerdale. So that's also interesting. Like we said earlier, it comes in 50-gram tins. It also comes in bulk when you can find it. And in the tins, it comes to about $6.30 an ounce, somewhere around there. So wherever you can find it, pick it up. It's pretty tasty.
Yeah, it is pretty tasty. And like I said, I can't get enough of the Lakeland flavors that they keep talking about that gives it that typical English aroma, the typical English flavor, just because that's what they do. That's one of their staple markers is that rosewater Lakeland flavor.
Yeah, thank you, David, for giving this to us to sample. I'll probably be picking up this as soon as it comes available. And knowing David, this is probably not fresh. It's probably been aged for a while. Knowing David, so that probably also helps a little bit with those Virginias sweetening up a little bit. All right, well, we are at the point where we have to
do our scores.
Give it a rating. What
you first.
David's gonna love me. I don't think I was prepared for the rosewater the first time I tried it.
It gets you
4.
Yeah,
4.
Yeah, it can't outbeat the everyday Cherokee for me, because that one was a 5, but this one 4, right there. I could see it as an everyday smoke if I could get it.
Yeah, that's the thing that gets me on it. I could see me smoking this at least once every other day, dessert smoke, something like that. But the sheer accessibility of it, how often I have troubles buying a Gawith and Hoggarth product. I'm going to stick with the 4 as well, though, because the smoke is just so good. I really, really, really like the rosewater flavors. I love the way they handle their Virginias and what they do and how much. 3 different types of Virginias and then a sun-cured Virginia. I mean, it's so meticulous the way they choose and what they do with their Virginias and their tobaccos. And I'm a Virginia lover, man. So this is right up my alley. A 4 just out of sheer accessibility. Would have been higher. If
I picked this one for him because I knew he would, he needed to be introduced into Lakelands properly. And this one was a good one because it's right up his alley with aromatic.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so that's why I picked it. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Ridiculously good.
The Virginias in this are very sweet. I can even get past the toppings. Mm-hmm. You can taste the sweetness of those Virginias. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's what enhances this blend. I'm going to give it a 4 as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 4
Solid
as well.
4.
So 4 is for Gawith and Hoggarth Ennerdale Flake. If you haven't tried this one, you need to at least give it a shot.
Oh, no.
Don't spill anything.
Yeah.
You need to give it a shot just to say that you've tried Lakeland blends.
Thank you.
And this one, I think, is a good introductory Lakeland blend for people to try. So,
right.
4 shots. All right. Well, there we go.
There
Thanks,
we
David.
go.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. So, what else do you guys want to share? Hey, you were talking about starting up. We want to get your ideas about something that we've been thinking about. So, tell everybody what you're thinking.
So right now, we are thinking about doing a separate segment, which is more of a talk on the community of pipe smoking. Not necessarily saying we're going to be getting away from reviews, but something to add to our channel, something we're wanting to do. And this is something that we're really working on as more of a podcast sense, where we just kind of talk about different topics, pipe makers, pipe tobacco makers, different subjects on the thing, or maybe we have a session where we talk about local artisan pipe makers that we've had conversations with, or we're having commissions done with, or interviews and call-ins with other people in the community providing out content similar to what we're doing, where it's just a show to talk about pipe smoking.
But not always
A
favorable thing.
And this is the thing. It's not always going to be a crowd favorite or a
crowd pleaser.
It's going
to be.
There's going to be some contention. It's basically a discussion to start off debate, to get viewpoints, and maybe some of us have viewpoints that
we haven't considered.
Or we don't agree with. But that's what I want to do it on. So we're wanting to call this segment, Let's Ash It Out. Something where we can literally sit there and just talk to each other about a viewpoint, such as this particular pipe maker. So we want to see some of y'all's feedback on that stuff. We want to kind of understand how in dire need is our pipe smoking group, including you guys, and how in dire need is something like this in the world to be, because you see a lot of guys do podcasts and stuff, and they all talk about pipes and their opinions on the things. But I don't see anyone actually saying, you know what, as much good things there is to say about this dude's product just, and there's been a couple times where I've wanted to talk about that, and I want to use this next segment as a way for us to do that. So we'll be trying something out new, and we want to see what you guys think about it. So if you want to see it, let us know in the comments down below. Give us some type of message.
Some controversial topics.
Yeah.
We'd like to kind of delve into that and see what your thoughts are as well.
And it's going to be part of what we lead into on a world where maybe we're thinking of using more of your comments directly in your direct email contacts to us to help us shape future content on that particular segment. If you want us to talk about pipe maker out of another place, and we all have pipes from that guy, and let's go into it. Let's get into the nitty gritty, and maybe let's include you in on the conversation.
And
that's what I want.
Not just pipes, but from artisans, but maybe from manufacturers.
Manufacturers, yeah.
Maybe talk about different, tamps, different tobacco styles, whatever the conversation, wherever it leads us.
Obscenely ridiculous and unnecessary pipe accessories that might be contentious to some of you, but I love to make it worse. That's what we want to talk about.
You just want to start a fight. That's all you want to do.
And you know what? Sometimes that's what this world needs, is a good intellectual debate, a point where we can rationalize our thoughts on what we're doing and how we're saying it and why we do it to enrich the pipe smoking community.
Yeah, and don't just...
That's what I want to do.
You don't have to just let us know in the comments and everything what you think about the segment and if you'd like it. Also, just toss in maybe some topic ideas that you guys might have. It might jumpstart the whole idea.
You can, and if you don't want to put it in the comments, you can email us directly. At the end of this video, there's an email address that you can get information to us.
Absolutely, but we're looking to start that. We're looking to build it. We're looking to have that kind of debate. And honestly, my goal is, as we get this started, to maybe record an episode for it every other week. Just in the start of it, have this as a presenting material twice a month for us. I don't want to make it to where it's a weekly thing for us, because I want more of a group involvement into it. I want, if I could, I would like the whole gang and a guest.
To get all the comments together and all the ideas
it's going to take
together,
some time.
It takes some time, and it maybe even might need to consider doing it once a month.
Yes.
To get it rolling. And
yes.
And then as we collect more content, more opinions, we can start maybe doing more. But anyway,
absolutely,
just an idea. We'd like to hear from you and see what you think. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming today. It's a nice, foggy, kind of wet day in North Texas.
But it's a good day to smoke.
But the temperature is perfect, yeah. And football's fixing to start. So we're going to go inside and watch some football. All right, guys. Well, if that's it, then thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. And don't forget,
make all your piping moments count.
We'll see you next time. You guys have a great week.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.